If I were him, I would have drawn that game out a little more because my time was so low. But I don't think it was that necessary. I don't know what his black's really for. Is there anything like this guy could be good in those creature battles? You saw him actually be he was fairly solid at the end. Slayer of the Wicked can kill a werewolf, so he does have werewolves. He's worth it. He's got that. This guy can be blocked by reach, right? Yeah, he's got that spider. I don't think that spider's good. But it's not bad. I think we're going to keep our deck as it is. I don't see really a reason to bring that in. And I think we have a good game in like this green-white mirror. Oof. Don't think I can mulligan this. We have stuff, like we have a decent long game. The problem is if he gets out, you know, an early good rook, this not a good hand for me. If I draw a forest, this hand's fine. Especially if he drops one of his werewolves. If I don't, though, this hand could it could get out of hand, I should say, quickly. Yeah. Drawing a forest would have been hot. I do have 9 forests and 2 traveler's amulets, so we roughly have like a 3-ish% chance to draw a forest here. Unfortunately, that's not happening. I would have expected one in the first 3 turns because of that. So this is either, well, the awesome Throbbing Sentry to start with. Not horrible. Like, right now, it's possible he drops a werewolf soon. We're getting a werewolf territory. Like, Force Werewolf isn't unheard of. And Bellringer and Garruk isn't unheard of either, though. So, and Bellringer Garruk is going to be a real problem for us if he starts with that. Nothing that we can't ultimately get out of, because we do have, like, Divine Reckoning. I think that's okay. But, yeah, it's not... He doesn't have a trick in his hand, or he would have probably attacked to kill that sentry. May as well get the Hamlet Captain out. We can travel prep him up next turn and start beating. He does have Silver Chase Fox, which is interesting for my Gutter Grime, so... I wonder if he commits another creature to the board, if we want to just go ahead and Divine Reckoning. He's attacking the Fox. I mean, if he has Spidery Grasp... Does he want to trade it for Hamlet Captain? You know what? I'm gonna block. If he's got a trick we get out of his hand, I don't care that much about him having tricks. He could have like Prey Upon, I guess. But if he has Prey Upon, this guy, like, I mean, this guy's getting beefed. So if he has Prey Upon, he's just trading Bellringers and or Silver Chase Fox and Prey Upon for this one guy. I'm getting a 2-for-1. If he has Spidery Grasp, he can only kill one guy anyway. My Sentry. And that he's not casting anything else this turn. If he has that, he can only kill one guy. So we're just losing the Sentry here. I mean, this might be bad because I have Travel Prep next turn. Yeah. In retrospect, I mean, I'm kind of rushing that. It would probably been better just to obviously Travel Prep. Have a huge beater. Well, we get out my Cage Breakers now, so that kind of was a lucky draw. The Travel Prep would have been a much... this is incredibly lucky to draw after we make that blunder. Like, because of Travel Prep, I shouldn't have done that, because then we could survive multiple tricks and we're representing a ton of pressure coming out the back end. Here, we're not representing that pressure. Now, I mean, this is a great play for us, because, well, we have Slayer. And there's not much you can do about it. I don't really want to wait for my Lumber Knot. It's better to just slay, get the pressure in now. Go ahead and Travel Prep up my boys. I kind of wish I could have gotten the Lumber Knot first, but can't really bank on that. It's interesting that if I went ahead and Divine Reckoning, we would have quite the formidable army, but it's not really worth losing guys to gain guys. Not at the moment. Might not be worth committing Lumberknot to the board for that reason. On barrel right, sure, that doesn't do that much. Let's see. Can't really prey upon. I don't mind losing Slayer the Wicked right now. You know, I'm just going to spread the wealth. I don't know if this is correct, because now he can flip, and my guy can't, my cage breakers can't survive the attack. I'll commit Lumberknot. I mean, if anything dies, and I don't mind stuff going to the graveyard. Like, I should have put another counter, I think, on cage breakers. Instead of on Slayer. Like, the counter on Slayer, I mean, I don't care if Slayer dies, because then Cage Breakers gets bigger and one of his creatures dies. Whereas I care about this guy surviving a flip here. This drops him to 3. Lumberknot gets big. The thing is, he can't... I mean, he can't really double block, though, so... He's kind of got to have a miracle draw to deal with this. I mean, our screw-up of losing this guy, anyway, it led to the match win, but I definitely should have not chomped there. Even though I was, you know, realizing I could only lose one creature and shut down his turn. Like, if his next turn is Werewolf, I got Slayer. If his next turn is just a creature, I can double travel prep and have a huge attacking offense, and that's much better than what I did. Ultimately, I drew Cage Breakers, and it worked out. On to the next